I have to review this, what I'm watching. I'm on Bigo right now, but I have to review what I'm watching about the Matrix right now. And once I put my son back in the bed, I will be able to get on screen. But for right now, yo, first off, I saw this woman. Um, well, I'm gonna talk about a lot of different things. I'm coexisting with another Gemini friend of mine, and I'm starting to realize that Gemini are the most intelligent sign, so we have a higher frequency than most people. So it brings a lot of confusion when dealing with most people, right? And I was watching a movie, Frequencies, which speaks on that, right? Damn, fat boy. Stank a booty, you think. But, so yeah, this frequencies speak on just having different frequency than most people, but also being able to change your frequency, adapt your frequency, and how we're able to transfer frequencies and like elevate people's frequencies from physical touch. And now it's got deeper, but the movie speaks about how um, you can go from being tapped in with somebody on some physical touch shit, and then da 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 da. So also, I've been getting a lot of good downloads about my friend group and where we are as a friend group, like, because it's a group of companionship, but it's a group of us. So, and we're doing better and better and better. It seems like we're getting closer and closer and closer, which is good. But then, with that, flaws start coming out, things start being exposed, and I could be looked at as the bad guy, but that's okay too at times, because I don't know how to not just, you know, um, pick up on people's energies that's close to me. So, like, sometimes, you need that mediator that can be like, look, expose this, expose that, expose that. Oh, no. Hey, little fat boy. Hey. He done got in the vibes where he done got in the vibes where he like getting on his feet and shit. I mean, his knees, and like, man, bro, he just making me so happy. Like, what the fuck? So anyway, cause like sometimes you'll be probably thinking that your baby not developing in the rate that they supposed to. And man, bro is doing shit that I'm usually looking up different milestones every month that he grow over in months. But something telling me to stop doing that because don't limit. Don't limit shit and don't expect shit. Like, just let him naturally evolve type shit. So, like, man. But anyway, hey, fat boy. Hey, Mr. Fat Boy. He's shy. He be like. But anyway, so we finna get into this information. I'm also gonna show y'all what this one lady is speaking about. I really don't like her standpoint on what happened with Sophia's story. So we're gonna take a deep dive. It's most definitely gonna be a deep dive. Someone's telling me not to even play this video. Cause I may get copyrighted. It's somebody breaking down the Matrix. So, okay, we're going to go back to Sophia Stewart. I'm going to let y'all hear basically what this person had to say about it. Again, I don't like her standpoint because she didn't get into the actual factuals. Like, her story is very simple. Actually, I'm going to take you here first with Comedy Hype's video. Then we're going to get into, like, what the other girl was saying, which is, like, kind of heartbreaking because it's like, bro, where are you getting your information? And I wonder if she was just talking about how people have been saying there's no proof to her winning. There's no proof to her winning the first case. It's actually said that the case was thrown out. Okay, get it, got it. But what about the second case? When she represented herself, which is even more profound. You know, so it's like, I didn't like her standpoint on the whole situation, but I also feel like she followed it up with talking about how, like, people stealing people's transcripts. So I just didn't understand the point. I ain't gonna cap to y'all. Like, I didn't understand the point. And anytime I live, anytime that I am live, make sure that you do tell me if you want a reading done. I don't mind stopping what I'm doing to, like, do a reading. But I need to, always do what the fuck I'm doing because I need to multitask. I have to multitask. There's too much stuff to be out here talking about than the collective energy. Like, that's just, it's depressing and I don't have time. So if you want to pay reading, I'm always here. I'm always active. I'm always prepared. So we're going to go back into how Tom took over the world step by step. All right. I don't even want to hear her shit, bro. I ain't going to count y'all. So I'm finna, like I said, I'm finna play Comedy Hype shit first.
For Hype Plus, it's your boy K-Rob. Black people has been some of the biggest creators of modern revolutionary concepts and inventions.
And I'm finna set this up so I can turn my camera around for y'all.
Like, cultural movements that have occurred since the beginning of America. Due to oppression, black people were not allowed to patent, copyright, and own their ideas or inventions. This led to the phenomenon of several ideas and patents being stolen and credited to someone else, and then someone is usually white. The legacy of slavery, racism, and Jim Crow ensured the continued theft of intellectual property, and is still something hotly contested to this very day. Fighting for what is rightfully ours is a major part of the black experience here in America. This is something that continues to happen to this day. What if you found out the true mastermind behind the billion-dollar franchises like The Matrix and The Terminator was a black woman? Of course, due to history. Would that be shocking?
Hell
no.
Yeah.
Me, Sophia
You
Stewart,
crazy
a
as
writer,
hell. I
artist,
would
and poet,
blow.
who filed a lawsuit against 20th Century
But
Fox
I've known
and
this
Warner
information
Brothers,
like
assuming
8
her
years.
ideas was The Matrix and The Terminator.
She's my hero.
That the black ownership and liberation were key, and it was something that was missing in the industry. Stewart did everything in her power to fight for it, and this is a story you should know. Sophia Stewart is an African-American writer, author, and poet. She worked for years honing her craft using film treatments and scripts as her writing avenues of choice. In 1981, she curated and created a film package of scripts, treatments, character analysis, and storyboards, and entitled it The Third Eye. The third eye reference, of course, is famous to many of us as a metaphor used to describe a new stream of human consciousness one has discovered, and this was the intended meaning of Stewart's work as well. According to Bong Minds Entertainment, a music media platform, Sophia decoded many of the meanings used in the treatment and highlighted the connection between the actual meaning of the word Matrix and how many of the themes and sentiments used in the Matrix and Terminator franchises originated from ancient schemic ideologies. After writing her piece, Stewart claims she submitted the source work of Third Eye to 20th Century Fox in 1981, but would never hear back for her effort. 5 years later, in 1986, she claimed the Wachowski brothers were looking for a science fiction script to turn into a comic book. Sophia claimed for a second time she submitted her work, but once again, not hear back from anyone. She would go on to forget about it and move on with her life. In 1999, Sophia officially filed her first complaint for copyright infringement after viewing The Matrix and Terminator films for the first time. She filed her complaint the same year The Matrix was released, but 15 years later after The Terminator came out. Stewart claimed that her treatments and source material had been used by the studios without her being properly credited or compensated. Subsequent to her claims, she called Warner Brothers' legal department to air her grievances. According to sources, it said that she was offered $5 to $7 million in the settlement, but she declined, presumably based on the fact that she knew the franchise's highest value, possibly in the billions. Refusing to be shortchanged about the work she felt was hers, Stewart officially filed her $1 billion copyright infringement lawsuit in 2003 against the Wachowski brothers, the director James Cameron, producers Joe Silver, Gail Ann Hurd, and 20th Century Fox. As it goes, there was multiple cases filed on the same issue because of legal activity on the part of SOPHIA's supposed legal team the first time around. To her surprise, her legal team was actually in cahoots with the same entity that she was suing. A quote from its arena coming from SOPHIA states, "The FBI told me California has the most corrupted judges and lawyers. They told me to file in Utah. In November 2006, I got a call from the Illuminati. They called and told me that I was going to have another court case and win it. I was going to go on and play a major role in world events. Right after that, I got a call from the Masons, and the Masons tell me that I'm going to have a visitor as soon as Prince Charles and his wife touched American soil. My visitor was Governor Schwarzenegger, who owns 5% of the Terminator. He offered me $5 million. SOPHIA once again rejected the offer to be paid off with hush money and continued to pursue official copyrights of the franchises. The FBI would end up conducting and investigating into the activity surrounding the work of Stewart upon its alleged initial submission. It has been reported that they discovered that the film had been edited and altered to a minimum extent, presumably in order to escape the charges that Stewart was pursuing. In this moment, it will be confirmed to most that the studio basically stole Stewart's intellectual property, the entire point of her fight. Additionally, Stewart's claims were given more credibility by other very reliable sources within the studio network, who claimed her work was used in various pre-production meetings as a guide and template for The Matrix and the Terminator films. Now, even with this being out there, in a section of diehard Matrix and Terminator fans do not believe SOPHIA has a case, and there are areas of the media that supports this view. The doubt allegedly comes from the fact that her story received no national media coverage at the time of its initial undertaking, which was highly puzzling to diehard Matrix and Terminator fans if her claims were indeed true. It also comes from the timing. Many question why she didn't make these claims as soon as Terminator was released. She said she was unaware of the original release of the 1984 Terminator due to other life occurrences, but would later theorize the film was inspired by her work when she watched it. SOPHIA has heard these assertions and has been unbothered by the accusations of dishonesty and delusion. She even provided her own theorization as to why her story wasn't heavily publicized. The reason you have not seen any of this in media is because Warner Brothers' parent company is AOL Time Warner. This giant owns 95% of the media. Let me give you a clue to as what they own in this media business. New York Times paper / magazine, LA Times paper / magazine, People magazine, CNN News, Extra, Celebrity Justice, Entertainment Tonight, New Line Cinema, DreamWorks, Newsweek, Village Roadshow, and many, many more. They're not going to report on themselves. They have been suppressing my case for years. None of Stewart's claims would come without backlash. As the Wachowski said, they did not put out an ad that Stewart claimed in 1986. In an article written by Black Enterprise, they claimed that there was no sufficient evidence to prove that Stewart sent any material in 1986. The article also goes on to debunk their original claims that Stewart won her case with the following quote: "SOPHIA Stewart did not win her lawsuit against the creators of The Matrix and Terminator. In June 2005, SOPHIA's case was dismissed by Judge Margaret Morrow of the Central District Court of California in a 53-page ruling. Judge Margaret Morrow stated that no evidence was provided that the creator of The Matrix or Terminator stole any story ideas from SOPHIA. This claim is accurate as she did not win the case at the moment, but won the right to continue with the case after the defense tried to have it dismissed. Additionally, this article claims there wasn't any evidence that SOPHIA had any communication with the creators of Terminator during its original concept. The skepticism nor the case dismissal deterred SOPHIA as she continued with the legal fight for what she believed was her work. SOPHIA would later file RICO / infringement charges. In another statement from the article from Bong Minds Entertainment, a media company located in New York, Stewart claimed that Warner Brothers tried to pay her off once again because neither the Wachowski brothers, Gail Ann Hurd, or James Cameron had any copyright ownership of the film. She also claims they all admitted to using her work as a source material when she spoke to Judge Morrow. Interesting enough, according to the aforementioned article by Eterna.com, in September 2014, Stewart was accredited and affirmed by Magistrate Judge Evelyn Forrest and presiding federal judge D. Benson. The article states they ruled as a statement of fact that Sophia Stewart is the true owner of both the Matrix and Terminator franchise, and that the defendants had prior access to her work in the California case. Both judges found that the defendants were guilty of breach of contract, breach of fiduciary duties, and malpractice, and ordered them to pay Ms. Stewart $316,280.62 in attorney fees. The judge's rulings are final and cannot be appealed by the defendants. In addition to the attorney fees, there are $3.5 billion in uncontested loans against Warner Brothers, Fox, the Wachowski brothers, and other defendants filed on record in the Utah federal court. Sophia Stewart is the sole legal owner of the Matrix and Terminator franchise. As the sole legal owner, she is free to negotiate the development, production, distribution, publishing, licensing, and sale and marketing of any and all intellectual property related to the Matrix and Terminator franchises, including all derivative products and services. So based on the information given here, it will be debunked that the narrative told by some that Sophia had not been sufficiently compensated by any governing measure. The debated point seems to be what was compensated with. Obviously, if she was truly worth billions of dollars, she would be well known to the community and world as one of the richest African Americans on the planet. Now, at this time, it seems her exact compensation and net worth in total has not been entered into public discourse. The story of Sophia Stewart is one that gets a lot of reactions from not only passionate fans of the Terminator and the Matrix, but from community at large. Stewart remained very passionate on black liberation in forms of rightfully owning what's ours and emphasizing how important it is that we own our businesses and culture. From the aforementioned interview article from Bong Minds Entertainment, she states, "My work inspired people to vote for President Obama, and his victory gave us black people pride around the globe. So black ownership is extremely important to me. Because Motown sold out, Essence sold out, Russell Simmons sold his company, Def Jam Recordings sold out, and BET sold out. This is wrong because there should be black ownership in America. We shouldn't allow others to come in and buy us out. Because someone buys out our black company or corporation, they're actually getting the black consumer dollar. When we had segregation, we were multi-millionaires. We were the ones who came out with Wall Street. Black Wall Street, we call it. But all of that was taken away from us because some people invented integration. Due to the common social phenom of African Americans having their work stolen from them, it makes Sophia Stewart's claim very believable. However, it should be noted that each situation is different, and that it is possible that this could be a case of mistake on the part of Sophia Stewart and her supporters. Despite the hurdles she faced in her journey for justice, she showed a great amount of courage and did receive the results she desired from her efforts. The legal and social recognition as the creator and the conceptualist behind the Matrix and Terminator. As mentioned earlier, constantly fighting for the legal rights of our work and our rights as humans is a huge part of African American experience. And due to her persistence, for better or for worse, inaccurate or accurate, Sophia Stewart's creative genius, legacy, and contributions will be remembered as a huge part to the universally acclaimed franchises, The Matrix and The Terminator. For Comedy Hive News, it's been your boy K-Rob.
Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connor's Jesus Christ goes up to be Neo, one and the same in The Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. See, it's the man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
All right, this is one of them stories. I'm not proud of, but it's the truth. I did turn down Neo in the Matrix.
Fucking dummy.
Hold up, y'all jumping to conclusions.
I'm glad Will Smith didn't corrupt the Matrix. I ain't gonna count.
Easy time in my life. It was like, however I threw the ball, it was going in. I had done Independence Day the year before. So I was like, I'm not doing another alien movie. I don't want to be an alien movie guy. So I turned down Men in Black. And Steven Spielberg called me. He was producing. He said, why are you turning down the movie? I was like, I just don't want to be the alien guy. He said, do me a favor. Don't use your brain for this one. Use my brain. He was so serious that I was like, all right, he didn't do Jaws. Just get in that universal energy and nothing can go wrong. And the other side comes. And you can't do nothing right. So after we made Men in Black, the Wachowskis, they came in and it was like they had only done one movie. They did a movie, I think it was called Bound. And they came in and they made a pitch for The Matrix. And as it turns out, they're geniuses. But there's a fine line in a pitch meeting between genius and what I experienced in the meeting. So this is the actual pitch that they made for The Matrix. Dude, we're thinking like imagine you're in a fight and then you're like, jump. Imagine if you could stop jumping in the middle of the jump. Say that again? But then people could see around you 360 while you're jumping, while you stop jumping, right? And then we're going to invent these cameras, and then people can see the whole jump while you stop in the middle of the jump.
That was a horrible pitch.
So I made Wild Wild West.
If that's true. I'm sorry, Wild Wild West was good, bro.
I'm not proud of it.
Alright, that's enough. I ain't trying to get copyrighted. Yeah, I'm kind of glad he didn't corrupt the Matrix. And you know what I'm saying? Because honestly, after Keanu Reeves did that, I don't really mean. I can't say he didn't have any more very popular stuff, but like Will Smith got a lot of good movies. So like, I think it's good that Keanu Reeves had his own shit, and yeah, just not needed. Did this black woman create the Matrix story? You should. Oh, that's seen that. All right, I'm going to this lady's depiction of what the fuck happened. She aggravated the fuck out of me, y'all, by the way. It says, did a black woman write the Matrix?
Hey, hi, hello, welcome, or welcome back to my channel. My name is Jess, and
I don't know, I can't see the rest of it.
this is the, I guess, kind of second part of the community that I meant to put out last week. Whoopsies. So there was two stories. There were two stories that I was like, well, if I add these in, it's going to be even longer. And I thought that one had more information than it does, so this installment should not be too long, but I did want to touch on these things because I've seen them floating around the interwebs, so I figured maybe you want to know. So one thing was, I was on TikTok, yes, the clock app, and I saw a video, and it was someone saying that the people who created The Matrix, the movies, stole it from a black woman. So of course I was intrigued. And they went through this story about a black woman named SOPHIA Stewart, who said that in the 80s she wrote this book called The Third Eye, and that she saw in the paper like an ad for a competition for science fiction books, and she submitted her manuscript, and that it was stolen to create the Matrix movies and also the Terminator movies. And I was like, what? I've never heard of this. Like, I don't want to say, of course, I want it to be true. I want it to be true in the way that I would love that a black woman created this, but not that I wanted it to be made and then it's stolen. So I was like, what? Let me look into to that. And so I saved that, and then I went on the internet, and if you just search, and depending on what you click on, there are articles that say that she did write it, or that she did write it. It's very similar to The Matrix, almost the same, and to The Terminator. Things are very similar, and then there was a lawsuit, which is fact. She did write the book. There are some similar things, and then there was a lawsuit. So of course, many black people wanted this to be true, and I think that's why there's articles on the internet saying that it is. But she did not win this court case. They said that there wasn't enough evidence provided that the stories were stolen from her. Of course, she did say she saw an ad in like the 80s, but she can't she doesn't have any evidence of the ad, which she would basically need to have saved the newspaper. And they're saying that it just doesn't add up. So I did find the transcript of this radio interview that she did with like a Vermont radio station, talking about her book and how it inspired The Matrix and The Terminator. So I'll have the screenshots, and I'm going to read through those really quick, and then I'll get back to Past Jessica. Sophia Stewart said, when I go to the movies and looking up on the screen, I said, oh God, I wrote this. And I'm like, the next scene, I wrote this. Corey Moore, who was talking to her, said, Sophia Stewart is a native New Yorker who now lives in Salt Lake City. She works as a paralegal, but her passion is writing. She says she was sitting in a movie theater 6 years ago and was shocked as The Matrix starring Keanu Reeves and Lawrence Fishburne played out on the big screen. Sophia said, and everyone's looking at me crazy, and my date, Seagram, is like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I wrote this. I said, like, this is crazy because no one had paid me for the work. That body of work includes graphic illustrations, character analysis, special effects, screen treatment. It was just like a movie script, original draft, edited version of the draft, synopsis, and the makings of The Matrix, which is the makings of The Third Eye. Moore said, Stewart is seeking over $1 billion in damages. So how could all that material she claims to have created end up in the hands of studio executives? While studying film at the University of California in the early 80s, Stewart says she shopped her work around Hollywood for years. After constant rejection, she responded to an advertisement in a magazine asking for readers to submit original science fiction stories to be considered for a comic book project. She won't reveal what magazine she saw the ad in, but says the year was 1986. The solicitor, she says, Matrix creators Andy and Larry Wachowski. I sent them everything because I felt like if you're going to do a comic book, they really need to see all of the work. Just a quick note that while Sophia Stewart did say Larry and Andy, the Wachowski sisters have transitioned, and so they go by Lana and Lily now. So I will, when you go back to Past Jessica, refer to them as the Wachowski sisters, and so I'm talking about the same people. So Corey Moore said, we asked Stewart to show us some of the written material she says bolsters her claims about The Matrix.
Which is fucking insane to me. Why are y'all changing y'all fucking names? Like, we gonna tap into their ass too, trust me. And then,
she said doesn't.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. Okay. I get it now. Okay. So they were brothers. Y'all just seen Will Smith talking about the shit. They was dudes. So you saying both of the brothers are transitioned to... Okay.
Excerpt from her book, The Third Eye, which reads, at all times he was dressed in black because black was the dominant color code of the Rockefellers organization. He was the seed that the prophecy promised, the one that the multitudes had so long waited for. Corey Moore said, but Warner Brothers attorney Bruce Isaac says that's where the similarities to The Matrix end. Whoa. So the attorney, Bruce Isaac, said what she has written is kind of like a retelling of Revelations from the Bible, and she does combine some story concept from Star Wars and Dune, but we believe that a court or a jury will emphatically reject her claim. Corey Moore said, yet a California court has allowed the case to move forward, this in spite of efforts to have it thrown out, says Stewart. So Stewart did file a claim with the FBI, and they did an investigation, although this is following the FBI's inconclusive investigation, during which the Warner Brothers employees claimed the studio used certain aspects of Stewart's The Third Eye and the release of The Matrix Reloaded in 2003. Stewart filed a lawsuit alleging that the idea for both The Matrix and 1984's The Terminator was plagiarized. But what made her case interesting and worthy of news headlines was that the court allowed the lawsuit to move forward in 2005, and that's where things got interesting. And that's the part where people misreported that she had won the case when actually the case hadn't even really started.
Bro.
So talking about the Terminator...
Hold the fuck up, bro. Actually, we gonna find this. They're brothers. Now they're sisters. I have no words. I have no words.
Moore says the Terminator trilogy, Stewart's lawsuit contends that franchise produced by 20th Century Fox and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger was also stolen from her. Attorney Bruce Isaac says Fox, along with Warner Brothers, have invited Stewart on many occasions to prove her claims. Mr. Isaac says we've been asking Ms. Stewart since April 1999 for 6 years to have her provide us with a copy of this purported advertisement and a copy of her submission letter, and she's never been able to do it. Corey Moore said, have there been any attempts to settle with Ms. Stewart, or will there be? And Mr. Isaac said, you know, it's sort of wrong for lawyers to talk about settlements, but I'm going to do it anyway in this instance. We have never talked to her about settlements, and we plan to move forward with the motion of summary judgment.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just fucked up. I didn't expect
She
that.
cites what she says may ultimately prove her case, and FBI.
So earlier when I was watching this shit, because she talking about a whole bunch of bullshit, but we're going to get into what she talking about. But earlier when I was watching this, I was like, okay, they changed their name. And I wasn't really paying attention because I was on the phone with my friend. So, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to look into them and try to figure out why they changed their name. I'm thinking they changed their name because they was on some foul shit. You know, I'm thinking. But as I'm watching other shit about the Matrix, I'm like, just like that Will Smith thing, it was two brothers. So then I started putting two and two together. I'm like, oh, okay. Understood. It's not that big of a deal. It's just that for what just happened to my mind, yeah, that's crazy. Like, I didn't expect
FBI
that.
investigation. She says she contacted the FBI in 1999, and the agency questioned employees at Warner Brothers. Some allegedly admitted the studio used aspects of her story. The FBI declined to comment. Again, attorney Bruce Isaacs. I guarantee you, there's no finding by the FBI that Warner Brothers personnel have. I guess she's telling you that we've admitted that we made use of her material. It's not true. It's not correct. It didn't happen. I don't know what else to say. So I guess the case was like flawless. So one of the first court cases she didn't even show up to. And then during the course of the trial, since it was actually, the actual trial was the next month, neither her or her attorneys presented enough information to really demonstrate that there were so many similarities that was actually stolen. And so the judge ruled in favor of the defendants, the Wachowski sisters. So, yeah, it's a lot of mythos out there, I guess, or a lot of myth online as to who created the Matrix. Apparently, it was not created by SOPHIA Stewart, and she did not win that court case. So I don't know if she, still believes that, or still telling people that.
You can't be putting out information like this, sweetheart.
They're varying in when they were last updated or when the stories were published from like 2003 to recently. So if you were wondering if you saw anything about that going around, it does not appear to be true. So there's that. It's like, I'm glad they didn't steal someone's story, but then sad that it's not a story created by a black woman.
I don't like her energy.
I mean, she didn't win the court case, but does that necessarily mean that she's lying? No. We may never know the truth. So, sad news, but I love The Matrix. I haven't seen the new one. I'm kind of nervous.
Who in the fuck is John Connor?
And look at Neo and Trinity. Just go, hello. Okay, and then also, so I talked about this. I went back through my videos and found that I talked about it in 2020.
Who the hell is John Connor?
It was towards the end of the year about someone was stealing transcripts. Like, not this book coming in on hold, Lord. There was a story, and it was titled, "Why on Earth is Someone Stealing Unpublished Book Manuscripts?"
I don't know what the hell. Like, she just...
You have to see it for yourself.
Long story short, she was dead ass wrong for, like, spreading that knowledge. Like, it was not... Y'all gonna get the real story eventually in this live. I'm gonna get to a video of Sophia Stewart telling the story. I could tell the story. I done told the story many times on my channel. This is like... I'm telling y'all, this is like my hero. Like, I tell this story to everybody. Anytime the Matrix come up, and I think about it, I tell them. So, like, because it's just a needed story. And for the podcast, I'm gonna let her tell it. I'm gonna let her speak about it, cause I mean, it just sounds better coming out of her mouth. Like, and then her story is just so profound. Like, she was so powerful. She most definitely won. I don't know what that was. Like, I don't like that last video, y'all.
This is your last chance. After this, there is no turning back. If you take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want.
I'm actually gonna leave y'all
You
here
take
with
the red
this.
pill.
I have to go
You
do
stay in
something.
Wonderland, and I show you how deep the rabbit hole goes. Remember, all I'm offering is the truth, nothing more. You have to see it for yourself. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. You have to see it for yourself. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. You have to see it for yourself. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear.
Well, people love to call themselves a beast. You know, people like to watch movies because Marvel, they love heroes and she-ros.
What the fuck?
And they love that
Get
scene
off
in
my
Gladiator
screen.
and Braveheart. They love those scenes, you know. People like warriors. And I want to tell you, my sister, there's warrior Sophia.
Oh, thank you.
I want to tell you something. You've been in a fight, but you know how to fight. I'm just so happy to have you on. We're here in Las Vegas, in our Las Vegas studio, and when Anthony was telling me he booked you for the show, I said, it's Terminator time, baby. It's Terminator time. It is Terminator. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Anything resonated with you that you were listening to?
I loved it when you were talking about the fight. It reminded me of Muhammad Ali. He was a very, very great friend of mine. And the
She
Neo
dated Muhammad
character
Ali,
is actually
like, this lady
created
is
from
powerful.
him, being a black superhero for us, a living one at that time. You know, the late Muhammad Ali. Yes. So that's why Will Smith, they wanted Will to play him because, you know, Will played Ali in the movie with Spike Lee's, you know, the Muhammad Ali story.
You know, so listen, obviously the thing that I'm going to enjoy about this conversation with you today is that people talk about STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, but you embody all those things.
Yes.
All those things. Where does that come from? I mean, you are a living example why STEM is so important. There's so many things that you understand about the cosmos, the universe, about math, about technology, about engineering, and also, because that's what the Matrix is about.
Yes, it is. I came out with the first metaphysical movies, you know, where you take science and you marry it to spirituality. So it's spirit and technology. That's what metaphysics is really about.
But where does it come from in your DNA? Your grandparents?
Well, my grandmother, full-blooded Cherokee, she was a shaman. So the Oracle is actually created from me. I created those characters, and it's based on myself as a visionary seer. So I have a gift, but multiple gifts.
So how did you come up with the Terminator? Take us there and the Matrix, and just put this from pen to pad. Now, it's one thing to have the idea, but take that.
It's very easy. It was a script in a book. The Terminator is the prequels to, or the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ, grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's the man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology.
So man versus nature.
Exactly. So the Terminator has the time travel to the past because they know it's Sarah Connor, and they have to kill her, terminate her, so she won't have the baby. And Kyle Reese, he comes from the future to protect her, and he inadvertently gets her pregnant, and he has to go back to the future. And so it's the Immaculate Conception, because now she's pregnant and she fell in love with a man, but did it really happen? Did he exist? And then this child, when you see the three Terminators, the boy and then the man-child, subconsciously he doesn't know why the Terminator is trying to kill him until he's hidden out in the city, in the Matrix, the future. When he reaches 30 years of age, the rebellion, the Reloaded, revolution starts. And the rebels come and they find him because they've been watching him all along. That's what the Guardians and the Sentinels are all about. And so they wake him up to his purpose. They take him to Morpheus to train him to fight the machines. They take him to the Oracle because of the prophecy. So this is the whole epic story. It's an epic.
And it's some deep stuff. You know what it brings me to? See, you're the best person to ask to explain where we are today. President Trump, the Congress, the seemingly chaos. You look at this entirely different. You see it as a part of a bigger plan that was laid out time ago.
Time ago, in the future.
Yes, talk about
It's the
it.
future.
Put it in perspective for us.
Well, the mergings of the corporations. I'm talking about that in 1981 while I'm at USC Film School, where the corporations are going to eat up and merge with the smaller corporations. It's like what they're doing now.
Walmart.
And AT&T
yeah.
taking Time Warner and Disney taking Fox, but that's because streaming is coming in. The studio's time has ended. Everything manually has ended. Now, like the ebook, like streaming, you don't have any overhead. You can make trillions and billions of dollars. So you don't need to go to a movie theater and sit there and watch a movie anymore when you can have all this at your house. And you can watch any movie and you can watch it 10 or 20 times and you have surround sound or Dolby or whatever you want. So you don't have to go. The theaters will be just a specialty for someone who especially want a date or something and pay $150 to come in and watch a movie of their choice, while they're being wined and dined with food and so forth. But that's all going out, the way it is now, like how we go to, it's empty now, all the theaters are. And the studios, they don't understand what streaming is. And this is why Amazon is worth $147 billion. And Netflix is so wealthy. And AT&T is going to be a big streamer also. But they need content. So this is why they bought Time Warner, so they can take this content and feed their clients, their customers. Do you see what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah, so this is what's going to happen in the future. When the satellites come in, this is when it's going to be trillions of dollars, because the satellites is 7 billion people on Earth. The satellites can zoom into all of the countries and get all of these people to watch. You know what I'm talking about? On their tablets, on their iPhones, iPads. You know what I'm talking about?
So why because this plays into why this sudden mental change on Facebook. Where is Facebook now a threat where they need to regulate them and shut them down?
Facebook is nothing but a database for the CIA. That's all it is. It has all of your family's pictures, all of your friends. It has all the information. They used it here in Vegas when they had that car accident. Remember when the Maserati right by the Cromwell, when that happened right there? Well, all they did was take camera footage from Caesars, Bally's, and, other casinos, and they went and they took this footage and they got the license plates, and then they saw that the guy did, California. He rented that Range Rover. And after they did that, they went to social network and they found his girlfriend on Twitter, so they found his picture, and then they went to LA because they knew they were from LA, put his picture on a $250,000 billboard, and put a reward up for him for $25,000, and they got him within 2 weeks. Within 2 weeks because of the technology.
So how should we, how do you advise people to share their image,
Well,
their data?
there's not going to be any more privacy. Everything is camera down. Everything is caught on camera. And this is what it's going to be about in the future. Virtual reality that I'm explaining in The Matrix and Terminator. Everything is going to be, so now it's going to be so easy. You're not going to have any more paper passports. It's just going to be where you come into the airport, they're going to scan you, your body, retinal, fingerprints, the whole 9 yards.
This is where clears a body.
That's right.
That's
And
clear,
this way, nobody has to alter paper and put a picture or a name on there because they have your bone structure, they have your eyes, they got your fingerprints. This is the database, and they match you up. You see what I'm saying? And you go through. So that way no terrorists can come through and pretend to be somebody or somebody that they're looking for that's the most wanted. You see what I'm saying? Because all of this technology is going to start ruling. It's artificial intelligence. It's going to start ruling everything. Once the satellites come into play that I'm talking about, there's maybe another 5 to 10 years from now, they're really going to play a phenomenal part, because this is why Apple and Microsoft became the billion-dollar, trillion-dollar babies, is because IBM and Xerox didn't know what a mouse was. A mouse meaning they didn't know what the internet was going to be. You see what I'm talking about? They didn't want to move into that technology. The studios don't know what streaming is. They got pissed off because Netflix paid $50 million and got 3 or 4 Oscars for the movie Roma. But it was never shown in the movie theaters at all. It was watched.
That's why Steven Spielberg and all of it. You know, when we come back,
Yes.
I'm going to have some of my crew to join you, my technical people, the Ask Hero. We mentioned when you were coming on your lawsuits and the battles you've had to fight, and you've just won in Utah.
Yes.
But it's always a battle for you.
Well, the reason why it's always a battle for me is because the government refuses to protect my copyrights. You know, I own the copyrights to all the derivative movies, both franchises I own. It was adjudicated in Utah September the 25th, 2014. So why am I still with a RICO case here in Nevada, which I just won, but they're still trying to fix it so they can continue to use the stolen money, which is untraceable, and it's all linked to Hillary Clinton's foundation and money laundering.
Do you consider yourself politically neutral?
I consider myself totally neutral. All I'm worried about is for the people. Because if the government doesn't protect my copyrights, he doesn't protect yours.
But the government is afraid of you. I would be afraid of you.
Well, there's no need to be afraid of me because I only stand for principles.
But what you know and the knowledge you share and what you have insights to can be very dangerous to some people.
Yes, but my job is to come here and awaken people. That's what the Matrix is about, to wake you up from the Matrix, to get you out of the illusions and the lies and the ignorance. So it's not dangerous for me because that's my job. That's what
But you know how many people that use the word woke but has never seen the Matrix? So they could never really understand I know they can understand the third eye energy and chakra energy and shit, but bro, that's why it's so popular, because of the Matrix. All this woke shit, and it came from her work. Type shit, we wouldn't have a conscious community if it wasn't for her. And I appreciate all the content creators over the years that have given her props. I just gave Baby Boy a bath. And now I'm chilling.
That's what I came here to do.
I
That's
gotta
why
get
I
him some
wrote
clothes
The Matrix and
Got on his
Terminator to
diaper.
wake people up so they can move on to
I'm a hell of a
greater, better
multitasker.
things.
Yeah, but a lot of these movie houses and these studios and the Facebooks of the world don't want people to know what happens to them every day when they share the information.
But that's destroying their free will, and
do you
God
think-
doesn't want that.
But people want to be ignorant. They don't want to know that they're being exploited. It requires too much responsibility when they find out.
Well, that's what the blue pill and the red pill is about. The red pill is about the blood of the living beings. The black and the blue ink is the machines. But this is the humans' world. We are the winners. They are the losers. So people need to exert their free will regardless of what anybody wants.
So what are the unintended consequences of all this that we're talking about?
Their people's consciousness will shift and they will go on to create and do better things. They won't be in bondage. And this is the whole purpose of the Matrix and Terminator and the new work that's coming, Matrix 4. It's a Matrix 4 book is out. It's been selling for 9 years since 2010 around the entire globe. People have to wake up and shift their consciousness so they can create, so they can build. Because you can't stay in the past. Everything must change, right?
One of the things in the 1 minute that we have left, if you don't remember anything else about the broadcast today, is this: you're not as free as you think you are. You're in bondage in more ways than you imagine, and it's a different kind of slavery, very dangerous kind of slavery, that the mind and how we conceit ourselves as people without any thoughts, any challenge, and we're so willing to surrender. Freedom comes with a price. It takes as much to maintain it as it did to establish it. It's not really free, and it's not for the faint of heart.
But man is always going to take that challenge because man wants to be free. Look, everybody loved the Matrix and Terminator because it woke them up. They didn't even realize they were in the dream. They didn't realize they were in a simulation. They didn't realize they were in illusions. But now that they are awakened, they will fight.
Will you fight? Are you awakened? Are you ready to embrace your destiny? Because freedom comes from God, not from man. And the moment you realize that, you'll begin that journey of freedom. Thank you so much.
I want to say one thing. Like Morpheus said, I didn't tell you it was going to be easy.
But it will be fair if you fight the fight.
That's right.
You can equal the battlefield.
I know that shit right, sis.
How did you come up with the Terminator? Take us there and the Matrix.
It was a script in a book. The Terminator is the prequels to the beginning of the Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. So see, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which is technology.
So man versus nature.
Exactly. So the Terminator has to time travel to the past because they know it's Sarah Connor. And they have to kill her, terminate her, so she won't have the baby. And Kyle Reese, he comes from the future to protect her, and he inadvertently gets her pregnant. And he has to go back to the future. And so it's the Immaculate Conception, because now she's pregnant and she fell in love with a man, but did it really happen? Did he exist? And then this child, when you see the three Terminators, the boy, and then the man-child, subconsciously, he doesn't know why the Terminator is trying to kill him until he's hidden out in the city, in the Matrix, the future. When he reaches 30 years of age, the rebellion, the reloaded revolution starts. And the rebels come and they find him because they've been watching him all along. That's what the Guardians and the Sentinels are all about. And so they wake him up to his purpose. They take him to Morpheus to train him to fight the machines. They take him to the Oracle because of the prophecy. So this is the whole epic story. It's an epic. It reminded me of Muhammad Ali. He was a very, very great friend of mine. And the Neo character is actually created from him, being a black superhero for us, a living one at that time.
Well, where does it come from in your DNA? Your grandparents?
Well, my grandmother, full-blooded Cherokee, she was a shaman. So the Oracle is actually created from me. I created those characters, and it's based on myself as a visionary seer. So I have a gift, but multiple gifts.
Oh shit, it was done. That go crazy. I didn't know it was done.
Alright, Izzo. In this video,
I want to see what he got to say too. We on this bitch. I ain't going nowhere. Y'all, let me know if you loving the content. If you're a real one, I know you loving the content. If you understand what's going on, if you on the frequency, I know you loving the content. I just feel like every so moons that I have to like big up my hero. This one of my heroes, SOPHIA STEWART. Type shit. Ba 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 ba.
I'm going to be exposing the Terminator movies, and eventually you're going to figure out that John Connor is playing Jesus Christ. That's why the initials are the same, JC. And it should be quite
Okay, we're
obvious
not
by the
getting into
title.
this, actually. Let me go back to SOPHIA STEWART. See what this talking about.
In my video on The Matrix Explained, I noticed a trend in the comments, and there was a common theme I kept seeing pop up. The Matrix ripped off SOPHIA STEWART and her story, The Third Eye. So I decided to dig into it and see what I could find out. Was the Matrix plot stolen? Stewart's epic story created two of Hollywood's biggest franchises, The Matrix and Terminator movie series and trilogy. See the court documents, letters of access, registered return receipts, FBI evidence, investigation, and future projects. She also links to a website, matrixterminator.com. Alright, well, let's check it out too. An interesting aspect of this story, however, is
First,
that
you know
while
what?
the
Fuck what this nigga gotta say. Like, I don't even like his energy already, nigga. You shouldn't even be speaking on this shit, my dog. Tank look like a...
It's far from the biggest difference between The Matrix and its sequels, but fans going back to watch the film that kickstarted the Matrix trilogy might always have wondered just what happened to Tank. In the films, the operator of the Nebuchadnezzar died off screen in between 1999's The Matrix and 2003's The Matrix Reloaded. As the first movie ended with Tank being grievously injured, that story tracked with the series' own internal logic. But that's not the real story of why Tank actor Marcus Chung didn't join the rest of the cast of The Matrix for the following two films. In fact, Chung torpedoed his own chances to appear in the following movies in contract negotiations and to spend the interceding years trying to tell his side of the story via a little-seen homemade documentary and an even less read book. Prior to The Matrix, Marcus Chung was an actor on the rise. He had spent most of his life in the entertainment business, appearing in a number of television roles as well as in a range of Hollywood movies. It then seemed that Chung could achieve household name status, or something very close to it, when he landed the role of Tank in The Matrix. But although his performance in the film is memorable enough, Chung's career hit an incredibly rough patch after the first Matrix wrapped. In May 2003, the same month The Matrix Reloaded hit theaters, Chung filed a lawsuit against Warner Brothers Pictures, claiming that The Matrix directors and franchise creators Lana and Lily Wachowski had breached both written and verbal agreements to bring Tank back for the second and third Matrix movies. According to The Guardian, the actor also alleged that the Wachowskis had published false claims about him being being a terrorist, though that hasn't ever been corroborated. It appears that the reason for the alleged breaching of these agreements came about after a heated discussion over Chung's salary for The Matrix. Evidently, Chung wanted much more money than Warner Brothers was willing to pay him for The Matrix Reloaded, which was apparently much less than his fellow actors received. Photographs from the 2003 lawsuit, shown in a documentary Chung himself made, reveal that Warner Brothers offered the actor $400,000 for both Matrix sequels, but Chung wanted to be paid $1 million and received the same publicity as the film stars. Warner Brothers didn't agree to this counteroffer. Chung was subsequently arrested on October 18, 2000, 5 days following the supposed breakdown in discussion about his salary demands. Soon after, it was revealed that he had been arrested for allegedly making repeated threats over the phone. Chung was then written out of The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. In interviews after the fact and in his 2003 lawsuit, Chung claimed Warner Brothers and the Matrix creative team was intentionally strong-arming him into a bad contract. He told the I Am Not So Hollywood podcast,
"They wanted to starve me out, hold all my monies, take all my residuals, not give me any pension credit, not any health credit."
In the same interview, though, Chung admitted to threatening the Wachowskis after negotiations with Warner Brothers broke down.
And I said, "If you send anyone to my home to harm me, I will come and kill you."
But Chung's attack on the producers of The Matrix extended well beyond the lawsuit in question.
First of all, that's why I watched this, because I knew it was some bullshit. I feel him 100%. Like, you can't write somebody, like, if that's the case of what really happened, like, I feel him 100%. Like, I don't see the problem in that. Fuck you, Nunu.
2018 documentary made by Chung, the actor laid out a number of claims against pretty much everyone involved in the Matrix movies. He accused Keanu Reeves of theft, said that Warner Brothers tried to force him into signing a non-union contract, and littered his video with transphobic remarks about the Wachowskis. The Hollywood press doesn't exactly paint the one Matrix movie on which Chung worked as a cakewalk either. Speaking with Entertainment Weekly, Chung is said to have owned up to crashing a press junket and stealing food from production offices, among other things, during his time working on the Matrix. Given that, it's easy to see why he hasn't worked much since his casting in The Matrix Reloaded fell through. Whereas Chung sees a conspiracy to blackmail him.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, shut your dumb ass up, because that's blackmail.
It might be more likely that people saw his arrest, public pot stirring, and lawsuit, and decided that hiring him just wasn't worth the hassle. Check out one of our newest videos right here.
That's the oldest trick of blackmail, saying when people are hard to work with on set, so they stealing shit.
That's the bell, so you don't miss a single one.
That's the easiest way to blackmail somebody in the industry and whatnot. So, all right, let's see. Sophia Stewart. Is the Terminator on here? I wouldn't mind watching it. In defense of Sophia Stewart, Devil's Advocate.
Sorry, I'm just a little flustered.
Why? Because. Don't talk to me, talk to him. And did I not just speak facts?
He doesn't, he may not know whether or not Sophia Stewart had her.
I just got banned on live. I just got banned from live on live. Well, guys, You okay? You got hairball? I'm not tripping. Spirit was telling me to get off live anyway, so if I had a situation, I'm not corrupting this live with all that big old shit. Thirsty, thirsty, got the jokes. I mean, I know I'm pretty cool. My nitty back, my kitty boots. I mean, I go on that bitch and play music and shit and watch shit, but usually stuff that I want to watch on Bigo, like I put it in the chat. I thought y'all could hear it, but I know, yeah. I was like, cause dude Juice said, that's what got me singing Juice. Juice responded. I was like, I was watching stuff about the Matrix. And they was like, oh, definitely not gonna let you wake. Then he made a mistake and sent it, I guess. And then he said, oh, they definitely not gonna let you wake motherfuckers up for sure, for sure. And I was like, yo, but I thought it was pretty clean. I got banned for other shit before. Like, every day, they remind me of the risky functions or whatever they say. Then I was like, I mean, I don't know what to do at this point. My content. Like, I don't know what it's nothing. I talk about everything, y'all. I talk about celebrity shit. I talk about everything. Whatever comes to my mind, I talk about it, right? That's why I also been reminding myself to come on YouTube because, like you do a live and then that's what killed me about Bigo, and that's why I know it'll never be like. That's why I know it'll never like die. Like, because they say they gonna end it because of like the bullshit that be going on here, but y'all won't even let the good shit go on here. Like, YouTube will always remain ahead of all y'all apps because y'all don't let people be themselves. Like, how am I supposed to express? It's just the dumbest shit ever, bro. can't believe these motherfuckers just banned me, bro. But it's cool. I mean, kind of used to it, you know, because it's like I said, every day I watch something like the conscious TikTokers and shit. They'll be talking about shit. They be talking about the shit. You freaky fat man. You smell so good, fat man. Yes, you do. You smell like a baby. Shadows on. Fully glad I'm on. In my head, it's kinda glad I'm on. Rest in peace on my vagabond. Rapper, singer, suspicious, screamer, misdemeanor, Obi Silla there, and I still say I both squat. Round on my boat, knock city on the come up. Turn the nigga boat, turn the nigga best trip, tell my nigga just I don't wanna say when he's shooting boys and smokes. Wonder if I wrote this, cause it's so quick. The broke is broke, stop. Broke a winner, so skid. I just went and off skid. Russian last get horse skid. That nigga chance is I got the juice, juice. Everybody in the world fucking hates the Lakers. Then everybody wants to the juice bill. Everybody wants to build. I ain't scared of the juice. All I do is spit a verse of the truth. Words, mistress, and curve the proof of the verse of the juice. Juice. That's his spit on my. I don't fucking know. Anyway, that was good shit though, y'all. I'm appreciative for how the live. I mean, it is what it is. You know, that's a part of what we're doing here with the platform. Like I'm winging it right now, reprogramming my platform basically, because I need y'all to know like this ain't just some tarot. I'm a Gemini. It's limiting to myself to only do tarot. So that's what we're doing. I want to push myself to any limits that I can at any time that I can. We not only doing tarot over here. I'm trying to figure out what to change my shit to. I don't know. I do want. Just like one day I'm gonna pull out my hoodie, but I had a podcast idea named Tea and Tarot where I talk about the stuff that's going on in the media type shit, and then I pull cards on the situation or whatever. But then that didn't go through because Spirit won't let me do it because that's not my calling per se. Like, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing when it comes, just period, really. It's not what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm not supposed to be exposing motherfuckers because one day Spirit's gonna, like, put people in front of me that I need to prophesy to and let them know, like, the truth or whatever. And in this time and age, it may not even be my calling no more. It could be somebody else shit. Like, I just want to be a life coach. I want to help people get through turmoil, mental illness, get to spiritual ascension, spiritual awakening. That's my calling, like holistic healing. So yeah. That's also what all my videos will be about. Like anything I go live about, that's the basis of what we doing here. Okay, so even if you think I'm on some lollygagging shit when I be on, no, you gonna learn something. Trust me. Either it's about me, something specific, or something that's profound, or about the world. Like that's all I speak about is facts and truth and frequency. Just like, just Apple is the acceptance angle of pure light energy. And I'm an acceptor and what's the word, receptor of pure light energy, like a reflector of pure light energy. Dude, like that's what we doing here, dude. Like I hate to keep repeating myself, but that's what we doing here. That's what we doing. That's exactly what we doing here. And I will be venerated. And what's the word, vindicated? Is vindicated the proper word? I can't wait till tomorrow. I should have my more packages coming. I want my clothes, my hoodies and shit. Dude. Vindicated. Clear of blame or suspicion. Clear of blame or suspicion. Venerated vindication. Type shit. Thank y'all for tapping the like button. I just think that, I don't think that's Gemini energy. Like, I could speak about venerated vindication, venerated perfection, holistic vindication, show or prove to be right, reasonable, or justified, clear, someone of blame or suspicion. Holistic vindication, holistic holistic healing vindication. No. Holistic vindication. No. Holistic Bro, I'm gonna figure it out, bro. There's a lot of different ways, and then I got discreet society.
Vindicate.
I got Merovingian blood. I want to incorporate that into the whole whatever. That boy fell asleep. So when he wake up, he's probably gonna want a bottle and go right back to sleep. So I've done my part for today, y'all. I hope that y'all are enjoying y'all nights, y'all days, y'all mornings. Yeah, so yeah, and I hope you learned something here. My take on Sophia Stewart, she's just a very profound person. Like when I first was watching her and reviewing some of her stuff, I couldn't understand her. I couldn't tap in. I understood her, but when she started talking about certain stuff, I didn't understand it. And then it was like, well, just keep watching. And I learned more about her and more about her and more about her. And she got the whole Matrix energy from the Bible. Now, one interview I seen that she was like, the Matrix is in the Bible. I don't know what version of Bible she talking about, but I never seen Matrix in the Bible. Also, she's in the altered reality of consciousness, so she probably sees a totally different Bible than what we see. And that's like, like just like following her and following her story, it's done took my consciousness to just a whole nother level. Like with her being my hero and shit, it's like, yeah, I'm starting to feel the Oracle energy. I even thought about naming this channel Oracle TV. Like, but it's like, damn, that might be what I need to name it. Because Oracle is not only the shit that I'm doing and helping people, but it's the tarot reading. It's the holistic in it. Oh, yeah, I might need the Oracle TV. I'm feeling it. I'm not gonna count Oracle TV Venerated Tarot. So when I come over here to do tarot readings, I should just name it Venerated Tarot. But I'm gonna name the channel Oracle TV. Y'all, I don't fucking know. I'm still trying to figure out the name of this channel. I gotta change it. It's like, I gotta change it. I gotta change it. I gotta change it. I got to. It's pressing me too strongly. Like, it's a new energy I've cultivated, not even for the new year, but for the end of the dying cycle that we're going through, the ending of past energy with the winter. You know, like, I don't really go by the new year and shit like that. Like, I go by the seasons. I'm a season type person, right? The winter is the depth of things, and it's the underworld. It's a dark, cold place. It's the energy, right? The spring is where things start to spring. You know what I'm saying? Then summer, you know, it's a stable energy. Not stale, stable energy, right? Stabilizing the heat, right? Then we go to fall, where stuff starts to fall and die. You can never say the sun is too hot because stuff be growing in the summer, okay? So, like, you know, global warming is a thing. We still have a consistent like, it's kind of like the world is AI, because it's like, the more people start to worry about shit, the world still balances out all the energy. So you can never be like, it's too hot. Well, why do flowers still grow, nigga? Like, it's not too hot. It's just y'all fear of the world being on some shit, you dig? So, and I learned in, even watch Donnie Darko. I don't tell my secrets, but I need to start Donnie Darko. I'm actually gonna watch Donnie Darko because won't nobody watch it, and I don't even care no more. Like, people don't want to watch, you know, shit that they just better know they not, like, you missing so much. I was looking at Alice in Wonderland earlier, but I'm finna look into Donnie Darko. It's one of my favorite movies. I ain't gonna count. Y'all, at the end, I just kind of didn't like how the movie ended, but I love this fucking movie. Like, when it come to fear and what the guy and then what the kid was teaching about fear in this movie, bro, you want to fuck with this movie. It got a weird ending. It got a like a parallel universe type ending. You want to watch this movie. You know what I'm saying? Even if you went through the whole being able to see things that people can't see, and if you ever went through the mental hospital lifestyle or whatever, yeah, you're gonna watch Donnie Darko, because Donnie Darko was a genius. But not only was he a genius, he had quote-unquote mental illness. But it wasn't mental illness. He just was open to different realms, different portals, different shit, the spiritual world. You know, and that's what I think people get misconstrued about the spiritual world. It's kind of like it's already here. So when other people get tapped into it, or, you know, that's the chosen energy that a lot of people go through. Like, when you're chosen to see the secrets of the realm. And, you know, like, it's kind of like a more broadened spectrum of the shit now, because we're in a new world. So everybody will be able to hear the voice of God, or be able to, you know, walk the Christ consciousness. You dig what I'm saying? Let me see them. Shouts out to y'all motherfuckers that come in here and dip out real quick because you thinking I'm not going to get a view. I'm still going to get my views up. Do not trill. Trust me. Like, my views are going up. I can't even, like, it's gonna be crazy dealing with my wife. Like, I hope she's spiritual like me because it's certain stuff, bro, I can't watch. Like, I can't watch dumb shit. Like, baddies, love and hip hop. Like, I ain't gonna count. I could watch it, but it's gonna, I'm gonna watch it to a certain extent. Then it's gonna be like, okay, Spirit telling me to go watch this or do this or this. Can't watch that shit, bro. And I'm very much so energy type, so it's like Donnie Darko. That's what I said I was gonna watch. This is like one of the best movies I've ever seen. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of spooky, like how good they put this movie together. It really is, and I think it's very underrated. All that good shit, like this movie, bro. I just wish more is underrated. I wish more people knew about the shit. Now the end will kind of piss you off. I'm not gonna count, but if you watch the whole movie, bro, it's worth it. And it's one of them old movies, so it's long, it's detailed, it's good. Like, it's like 2 hours long. So I'm finna get off here, man. Y'all stay abundant, be light, stay lit. That means stay abundant. Stay within the energy of abundance, happy with life, at peace with life, happy about the good things happening to you, learning through the bad things or quote-unquote bad things that's happening to you, understanding, being in tune with yourself, you know what I'm saying, abundance. Yourself, your higher self, and the earth, you know what I'm saying, that's real abundance. But stay abundant, be light, stay lit, be the light that's within you. And stay lit. Keep it lit. Do whatever it takes to keep your light lit at all times. Like, you're needed. If you're an abundant person, you're needed. If you're a master manifester, you're needed, bro. If you're a holistic healer, you're needed out here. Like, keep that shit up. A lot of people see you. You know what I'm saying? You're special to somebody. Not me. You ain't special to me. Because I don't see it as special no more. I see it as like a silent warrior. I'm gonna count because it's fun on the aspect of I'm not in the blue. I see the truth of this world. That's fun alone, right? But it's not fun, bro. If you're weak, you cannot survive. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so stay abundant, be light, stay lit, and be nice to the next person you see. Be nice. Try to practice being nice without wanting nothing in return. Try to practice being giving and generous without wanting anything in return. This is the realm that we're going into. You are in control of your own karma. You know what I'm saying? Make great decisions. That's how you control your karma. If it's positive, make that decision. That's how you control your karma. That's how you control what realm you go to after here. Whatever realm that should be for you. I have created a realm for my tribe, my quote-unquote soul tribe, soul family, spiritual siblings, and whoever want to go there, welcome. Like, we don't even, I accept all the ghouls and fucking mythical creatures, the fucking crazies of the crazies, like, nigga, that's what my realm is for, because it's the thing, everybody is pure. You can't, what I learned is how spirit jump in people and how spirit and frequencies tweak people's mind. You may not agree with shit, but shit is pure. As long as you ain't on no, like, premeditated, just evil shit, like going out to just kill, like, they what I'm saying? But most of the time when you see that shit, it's always, they've been possessed or their mind and got twisted. Their thought processes got twisted, so they're still pure. It's them, but it's not them. It's like, it's not the natural state of how that person thinks. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time. That's what I'm speaking on. So, yeah, y'all enjoy this shit. And Conscious Juice is the guy that always says that, and I took his little shit. Stay want to be like, stay lit. For real.